How we can use it as medicine as we check out helping families using food as medicine. This is our next guest, Dr. Ritu Saluja Sharma, and this is Dylan, her son, to talk about how they are doing just that. And we're doing it through a number of books and workbooks and everything to go with it. But I love your story. You're an emergency room doctor, and then you're just like, let me help some people in a different way, right?
Yeah.
How did you decide to go with that transition?
So I've been working as an emergency room doctor for over 20 years, but about 5 years ago, I got a second board certification in something called lifestyle medicine, which focuses on disease prevention and reversal. So I started working with adults, helping them to transform their health, to improve their blood work, to come off of medications, and to improve the way that they feel. And it's been pretty amazing. So a lot of people have had pretty life-changing results, but for so many of the people who've gone through the program, they've asked, why am I only getting this help now? Why did I never learn about food in this way when I was younger? And so I have the same question. Why, after decades of school, did I never learn about nutrition? And so this is why I decided to write these books, to empower kids with essential nutrition knowledge, and also to help create a positive mindset on how they see food and how they see their bodies.
It is interesting because, a lot of us, we go to our doctors and they'll say if something's wrong, they'll say, well, lifestyle changes is always a good thing.
Yeah.
But if you start out that way, then you don't have to worry about making those changes later in life. So what are some of the things that you're, I guess, putting out there that people might not know, right? Some of the things that even you learned later in life.
Oh my gosh, there's so much. So I guess understanding the root causes of our most common chronic diseases. So I feel like even in medical school or after treating patients for years, it's like, oh, why do you have high blood pressure? Why do you have type 2 diabetes? It's more like the focus is, well, what are we going to do about it? How do we manage those conditions? But the reality is, many of our most common conditions are preventable and even reversible. So really teaching people why, the root causes, and then helping them to make step-by-step changes to reverse those conditions.
The book, very easy, as you can see, very easy to go through here. But it's not just the book, it's the workbook as well. This is where Dylan came in, right?
Yes. So this became a project with both of my kids. So the book it's a 3-part series. So there's a book, there's a workbook, and there's a cookbook. And it follows the same approach as my adult wellness program. So it's a head, heart, hands approach. Head is learning and mindset. So teaching about nutrition and changing the mindset about food. The workbook is reinforcement, and so that's taking what you learned and translating that into real life skills.
Sure.
And then there's the cookbook, which is recipes and tools to make the changes.
So let's talk about some real world examples here that we can do, that we can make a change. Dylan, you got a sandwich in front of you. You like the PBJ? You a big fan?
Yeah.
You're a big fan? So typically, we might make this a little differently. And you're saying this is an example of we could still have the same sandwich, let's just do it in a different way.
Absolutely.
How do you do it differently, and what's the impact in a positive way by doing that?
Yeah, so we used to eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I used to pack it for lunch for the kids. Now we still make PB&J, but just a little differently. So we use whole grain bread, but really take a look at the label and understand that it's made with all whole grains, has lots of fiber, lots of protein. The peanut butter, instead of peanut butter with added sugar or added oils, peanut butter that's just made with peanuts and salt. And then for the jam, looking for ones that have less added sugar, maybe sweetened with dates, made with real fruit.
Still tastes good though, Dylan, doesn't it?
Yeah.
See, that's the key. If you can get the kids to sign off on it, then you know you're doing something right. What are some of your favorite foods that your mom makes now?
I really like the homemade granola bars that my mom makes. They taste as good as the store-bought ones, but they're healthier for me, so I like them more.
Nice. So what are you doing different with the granola bars that makes them just as tasty but more healthy?
Well, they're just made with all real whole food ingredients, and they're easy to make, and I make it with my kids. That's the thing, involving them and having them understand why, and then also they're cooking with me in the kitchen, and then it's fun. And so so we make it with nuts and seeds and nut butters, and you can use a seed butter if you're allergic, and fruits, and it's awesome.
And then it helps for people like Dylan, because then you'll be used to doing it, and you can as you get older, you can start making these things for yourself, right?
Yeah, it's in the cookbook actually.
There,
So
you get a good pitch man right here. It's in the cookbook. Listen, if you want to check out these books in particular, there's the information. You can go online, you can find them there. But please do what you can to go into some more healthy ingredients and start working them slowly into your diet so, you don't have to see a doctor like this at some point down the road. Thank you for coming in today, Dylan. It's great to meet you as well.
Thank you.
We're going to turn things over to Tucker right now, and I hope you were paying attention, Mr. Barnes, because, you got to work on your healthy eating too sometimes.
Steve, I love my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I know you do. You eat them. You had one yesterday in the Weather Center.
Yeah, I certainly did. So I'm going to pay close attention. Get the healthy bread. All right, DCA.